Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's William and Andrew here from Allegory Gallery, and how are you all tonight? We hope you're doing great.
It's Tuesday.
It is.
What?
Yeah, so yesterday was Memorial Day, and in honor of Memorial Day, we did not do a live. So this is our first live of the week. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Teresa is here. Hello, Teresa. Susan is here. Hello, Susie. Pamela is here. Hello, Pamela. Marianne is also here. Hello, hello. So we've got lots of stuff for you tonight. We've got new enamel by Andrew. He may have previewed this at one point, but we've never sold it. So new enamel pieces, we've got earring size or charm size and pendant size. So these are going to be really cool, different colors, different patterns. I think you're going to like them. I think he priced them really well too. So get ready. Some of you have been asking for some of his earring size things. We haven't done those in a while, so I'm gonna get some earring stuff today. Hello, Anne. Thank you for joining us.
They're a big hit at Crafting the Future.
Yeah, he took them. The first debut was at his booth at Crafting the Future. He had a limited assortment of them, and people liked them.
Didn't finish it in time.
And people liked them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People from all over.
Yeah. So that's one part of today. And then we did some more art pins. Yes, we have like 60 some art pins on the website, but we just did another like 34 more. But these ones, I have one of each ready to go, ready to ship for anybody that would like any for here. I will make more if we sell more of them. And these will probably be one of the start to the new kind of revitalized website where only things that are in stock are shown. No more made to order stuff. We're working on a reset. If you missed that, the reset sale is going on in the online store right now. We are doing a reset the week of June 9th. So from June 9th for 1 week, that's a Monday, to the next Monday, we are going to be not taking any orders in the online store. We are not doing any selling lives. We may pop on and do some demo lives or tutorials or maybe just behind the scenes kind of lives, but we are cleaning lives.
If you're on our Patreon, you got a
sneak peek on the Patreon. But we will not be doing any type of sales for that entire week. So we are trying to make money now. So if you'd like to help us out to carry us through that week, as you know, we're a small business and our margins are very tight. We try to give you the best prices we can. And along with that means that sometimes we need to do these things before we shut down. Or else we shut down forever. And that's not what any of us want. So if you'd like to purchase anything in the online store, it's 25% off everything right now with discount code RESET. Just put RESET in the discount code area as you check out, and it will save you 25% off everything there. We are doing this reset to get things in order. We're going to get the physical cottage here in order.
We've already started working on that.
Yes, we've started working on that. We're trying to get some things moving around and organized, and we've got so many stations to set up. So that's going to be part of that week. The other part of that week is to get cleaned up on all of our behind shipping, which I've already started on that as well. I'm constantly doing that. We are also renovating the website. I've started working on a new version of the website that will be more informational about who we are. A lot of times we assume, and through history it has been, that people find us on social media and then they go to our website afterwards. But we're out in the big world now, and sometimes people are finding us on Google and finding us through other means and seeing our website first. And it really doesn't connect people with us in the same way. So we're working on our website to at least have some areas where Andrew will have his own kind of separate page built out. I will have my own separate page built out. Star Cottage Studio will have its own page. We're just trying to allow people to kind of get to know us more and, you know, because none of that is on the website at the moment. So we kind of point you over to social media if you want to get to know us a little bit, and that's great, and that'll all still be available. But I think it's good that people know who they're buying from and what kind of our missions are here. So that's going to be a part of it. But along with that, we will also be taking anything that is made to order off of the website. So all of our art pins, like this one, our Palo pin, any of those art pins are going to be coming down unless they are in stock and ready to ship.
The plan is to have 1 day a week where we make stuff.
Yeah. 1 day each week, we're going to produce stuff,
what was formerly a made to order, and be more mindful of like inventory. So that way things go right away.
Yeah, we always leave, we have done things made to order because we're like, but what if somebody wants 5 of these, right? Or what if somebody wants more than one and we only have one made? That way, because we can make them, but we have found that it just slows down the whole process. And that extra, maybe selling 1 or 2 that we might sell extra, is not worth it.
Or if we run out of pin backs, then we have to order pin backs, and then they come, and then we're like, oh, we have pin backs.
Yeah, so we are just going to be making things. 1 day out of the week will be reserved for us to replenish and maybe switch over things. So we will maybe every month or so, or maybe every 2 months, something like that. We'll put like 10 designs of art pins online, and then the next month or the next 2 months, there'll be another 10. Those other 10 will go away.
Another change that we've been talking about, and this is something that y'all can weigh in and we'll do a poll, is one weekday we're talking about possibly not doing a live.
Yeah.
And we're throwing this around, maybe Monday, maybe Wednesday, maybe...
Wednesday tends to be a slower day for us, but Monday's also,
But then our last Wednesday, we had tons of people. Yeah. So you just never know.
We also went earlier.
Yeah.
So, but we're thinking about not doing a live 1 day a week, and whether we do a tutorial instead or whether we just do nothing and do things behind the scenes. That might be our day to make things that day.
And we're also talking about maybe shifting the time slot. So I know we've tested live at 5, and then we've been doing live at 7:30. But y'all are part of the AGB fam, and we're gonna.
Yeah, the people who watch are the people who watch. You all are the people who watch. So if there's a better time, we did live at 5
or 7:30.
We did live at 5 before, and that seemed to be good for a lot of people. But sometimes that interfered with certain things. People who haven't left work yet, things like that. People who were starting dinner at that point. But that also happens at 7:30. Some people eat dinner around then. And this is all in Eastern time. And most people are generally home by work, home from work at least, here on this side of the country. But if there is a better time out of those two, and y'all like that better, let us know in the comments. Maybe 6, somewhere in there. It's easy. Like on Fridays is the big day, because Friday is when I'm still at the store until 6.
Well, that may be a day that we don't do lives either.
Yeah, that might be the no live day.
So we're going to put polls out so that we can have a record.
Marianne says, so could you actually fit a vehicle in the garage after cleaning?
No.
Not yet.
For 1 minute.
For 1 minute we could have, yes.
For 1 minute, but then we put it back in.
Hey, Charlie's on Instagram. Hello, Charlie.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
That's not for me.
You talk so much.
Me and Charlie have Instagram talking.
BFFs over there on Instagram.
Well, we show each other pictures of cats and food.
Oh,
so
it's a good way to keep connected. Marianne says it's so exciting. Things are exciting. Anna is here. Hello, Anna. Anna says, sounds like a really good plan that leads you to less stress.
Yeah, we're trying to. I think it's one of those things like we were talking about, and I was talking with my mentor about this today, about creating sustainable solutions for not only our business but our livelihood
Our
and
health.
for me also for making too.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have a very sporadic schedule right now, and it would be nice to have a little bit more consistency so that I can plan my days around and keep a more not permanent but more regular schedule.
Yeah.
So that William, because sometimes we are like ships in the night, and we kind of like
I know. Sometimes we don't see each other much.
and sometimes when we do see each other, he's waiting for me or I'm waiting for him. And then we're kind of, there's like dead air, you know? So we're also been cleaning the house.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to us. Something happened to us. We just started like on fire for
I know we were cleaning the garage all day yesterday.
That was hard.
That was hard, and I would say we got maybe a third done. We're probably a third of the way done, and it took us all day to get a third of the way done about what we really want to get done in there.
It's pretty
but it feels good.
It's getting there.
It feels good to clear up things that we've just been kind of sitting on.
And there's some stuff that
even
I've been
ideas.
kind of like on the fence about letting go. And like we let some things go yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I have a feeling that the next time I'll let more things go.
Yeah.
And we were going to burn today, but it's windy.
It's windy and rainy today.
So.
Time to yourself sounds good for you both, says Charlie. Says, we stay up to date. So I made burger and mac and cheese for dinner. Now I'm trying out a new brownie recipe. Fingers crossed.
Nice.
Sounds good.
How much do we usually sell the art pins for?
12.
12? Is that what we're selling them for tonight?
I was going to do a little discount.
What do you think?
I was thinking 10.
10 tonight?
Yeah.
Right.
What's 25% off 12? Because that would be the online store price right now. I think it's $9.50 or something.
No, 10 is 10.
Yeah, because they are new. And they're not in the online store.
No surprise. What about EM lots?
EM.
Oh, we named the collection.
Oh, yeah.
It's called
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
EM's good. We haven't had that since 2023.
It's called Evermore.
Evermore. So that was Andrew's latest.
No, Everland.
Everland.
Is EL available? L.
EL. That was December of 2024. That should be fine. It should be all put away.
Yeah. Evermore is from Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. Everland.
And a TV show, I feel like.
I feel like that.
And a
Evermore?
book series.
So Everland is Andrew's newest art collection. And some of you grabbed those. Thank you so much. But we've now made pins out of them.
He ships most of them out, but some of them are still on their way.
Some are getting,
because they went to the store and back and all around town.
So those, if you haven't gotten yours yet, will be coming out soon. Anna says those sound like good ideas. Hope they help you manage your work and life. Sandra says, hello, Sandra, by the way, says, I like this time. Marion says, a work day not interrupted by live might be a good idea. Let's see here.
And if you answer again when we do the official poll.
Yeah.
Because,
Marion says, well, you rarely put one of your vehicles in it anyway. We used to put our vehicle in it every day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, our vehicle, Appa, even the van when we could, one of them got put in there every day. And especially in the winter, but also in the summer.
If there's hail.
Just to protect it from hail or other, things. So we used to do it, but we just have not been able to since I would love it. But I don't even know if that's, even when we get through with the entire garage cleaning, I don't think it's going to be able, maybe. We'll see.
That's what you think.
That's what you think. I would like that. But we'll find out. We'll see. Marion says, this time slot is best for me. Okay. I know some of y'all have to go to bed early too, and that's why we were also wondering. Pam says, will you come and help me clean up my garage? No.
No way.
We don't even want to do ours, but we have to. We have to. Marion says there are several songs titled Evermore. Thought so. This is Everland, which there could be things. I'm sure there are things titled that too. But
What is it?
who knows?
Google
Somebody's
that
got
real
everything. Everybody's got everything.
Nah.
Nah.
Somebody Google that real quick.
Somebody Google Everland. All one word, Everland. So that's what we've got tonight. New enamel pendants by Andrew. Art pins from Andrew's Everland series. Susan just joined us. Hello, Susan. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, let me put the beta comments up here like this. People seem to like that.
I like that.
I know they're small for most people or for some people, but I think they're kind of cool down there. And it does help. It helps everybody see anything. You know, that also came out. So I have to say that I feel like we've helped StreamYard because the whole reason that we were complaining to StreamYard is because they covered over the comments. And we kept saying how important the comments were for us to be able to see and for our people to interact with one another. And that's why they were covering that over. So they finally did move that. Instead of a bar that's this big covering the comments, they made a little dot over here that we can just click on if we want to. And they did a beta thing where you can now see the comments down in the corner. So, you know, maybe they're listening. Maybe they're listening. Marion says there is a video game named Everland.
Great.
I know, right? Susan says, I like this time slot. I just can't stay on for the marathon lives.
Yeah, that's how we usually.
I know, right? We're worn out by the end, too. So that's what's going on here. We did a huge cleaning of the garage yesterday, and we were outside until I think 11:30 at night.
Our neighbors loved it.
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they were that. Well, our yard is very junky, so maybe they saw the light that we were like gonna start cleaning our yard. But for temporary, it was worse.
It looked like
Beth saw it and she's like, "Whoa, what's happening?"
It looked like a bad yard sale, like
Or the best.
Or the best, depending on if you like the things we've got. But
you know, the junky ones that don't have order, sometimes you can find good stuff.
Yeah, it looked like one of those yard sales you'd go to and you had to dig to find anything. That's what it looked like. Susan's feeling a bit under the weather, but put together 2 bracelets and still did household chores. Then it sounds like you're not feeling too bad.
That's nice.
That's good.
Good job.
Because when I'm feeling under the weather, I don't want to do any of that. So good job.
You don't usually want to do that anyway.
Household chores, never.
But
Putting bracelets together, that's okay once in a while. But yeah, so we're working on a lot of stuff, and the reset sale is up. I don't know if I have a banner. Yeah, I do. Save 25% off using discount code RESET in our online store. So at allegorygallery.com, if you'd like to help us out, you've got until tomorrow night. The sale ends tomorrow. 11:59 p.m. Eastern time is when reset expires. And we will be doing other things throughout the week. On the lives, we're doing special giveaways. We're doing special pricing. We played some games with Name Your Price last week.
I don't think that went very well.
I think people were afraid to name their price, honestly. They don't want to insult anybody.
I'm not easy to insult.
Right. So
because I say no.
You just say no. That's it. We had our creative make-along last Friday. That was fun. We had a good time. I still didn't take a picture of the thing I made. I feel like this weekend just disappeared.
It was busy. I
was at the store. I had some people in here and there, which was nice. Of course, the store is going to be closed now this coming weekend again, because we're going to be down at Touchstone for the Snag event. And so if you are in the area, think about it. Think about joining and coming down.
No, it's sold out.
Oh, it's sold out?
No more registration.
No more. So don't think about it. Forget it.
Just buy stuff online from us.
So yeah, we're gonna be down at Touchstone, but are we selling down there? What are we
I
doing?
think I'll have some things for sale.
Okay, I didn't know if we were
It's
able
like
to.
that porch sale thing that they did. So I'm not bringing beads because nobody wants beads.
No,
But I think I'll make some pins, maybe.
those little ones, the button pins,
Maybe
or
some
enamel
messy
pins,
ones.
huh?
Maybe some messy ones. Since those ones were a hit for the thing at ECU.
Oh, the Nessie. Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. Doing the powder coated ones.
But I might make them. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't know what you're gonna do either.
It depends what I have time to do also.
Marion says my back seized up on the weekend. Better now. Oh boy,
Ooh, that's terrible.
that is terrible. I haven't taken pictures either.
Of what you made.
Yeah. See, we're all bad, right?
No, not bad.
Things happen. We were busy.
Embracing our schedule.
Right. And you know what? The more we talk about the creative make along longer into the week or into this week or into next week, it'll remind people that we do them. We tend to have a gap once everybody does their pictures and they put them up. And then there's like 3 weeks where we don't even talk about the creative make along, which is our fault. But also, it would be nice if people say, hey, remember that creative make along? It's coming up again. Well, here's what I made in the last one. So trying to do a little bit more of that, not recycling, but sprinkling.
I got some of the yard done too.
What'd you do? Yeah, you did a lot in the yard, actually.
My vacation was to, because where did I go? I was kind of thunderstruck.
You went to Pittsburgh.
No, before, was that during that or after?
That was after you did the yard. So you got sunburnt in Pittsburgh.
So I did more sunburn.
Then you got more sunburn.
Oh, and then we did, okay, so yeah, my day of relaxation was manual labor.
Yes.
Which was nice because I oftentimes, I like to garden, but I'm usually super busy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't usually give myself permission to do that.
No, neither one of us do.
And so our yard has become taken over like the wild, and we do like the bare minimum.
Yes.
And so
we mow the grass. Sometimes we pull some weeds.
Sometimes, but rarely. And so, so it was nice to get a little bit caught up. So
Andrew weeded most of the flower beds around the house.
There's a whole half I didn't do because it's going to be a headache.
Yeah, we got out the trimmers and we cut down. We had some volunteer trees starting around the house. We had to get those cut down. We had some bushes that have overtaken their bounds, and so we had to get out the electric trimmer and cut some of those. Of course, our extension cord wasn't long enough again. If you remember
extra.
Did you?
It's in the kitchen.
There's the one in the kitchen that has the light attached, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
The light works, but the plug doesn't work.
Huh?
Yeah, if you plug anything into it, it doesn't work.
Oh.
That was my problem before.
Well, let's pitch it.
Well, it has to go back down in the basement because that lit up the basement a little bit. That was from above the...
Oh, the light works.
Yeah.
Only?
But the plug doesn't.
Hmm.
Yeah, anyway.
Interesting.
I know. So anyway, if you remember when I was cutting the bushes earlier this year, I had a tremendous difficulty getting enough extension cords, and I still never made it. And I thought I had enough this time. It still never made it. So anyway, he did a lot of that. Got a lot of the trimming done. Got a lot of...
you didn't even talk about crafting the future.
I know you haven't talked about it yet.
So I got invited.
Hello, Amanda, by the way.
Who you said?
Amanda.
Howdy. I got invited to participate or to apply, and I applied, and we kind of stayed up late on Friday. Friday.
Very stayed up late. It was Friday.
And we got some stuff done. And then kind of packed. I was kind of bugging because the setup that I had was more minimal.
So it was a show that he did.
Well, they had demos all day, and
This was at the
Pittsburgh Glass Center.
Pittsburgh Glass Center.
And so they had vendors from all over. There's people who made bags, and people who made jewelry, and people who did, Alicia. She took our class, the mold making class. You know whose daughter she is? Marlene Scott.
Oh, you said that.
From Touchstone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know you. And then we realized it because Marlene came, and then I was like, how come you're here? And she goes, that's my daughter.
Marlene works down at Touchstone,
Or she used to. And so I was like, oh. And I'd met her before, her daughter before, because her daughter took a class.
Anyway,
well,
you were there.
So we were there. It was fun. I got to see a bunch of people. People from all over came. I saw Amy Lemaire, who I met at Snow Farm. And it was nice. There's a bunch of people who came.
And you sold some stuff?
I sold some stuff.
People liked your stuff?
I didn't have too much. I think
this table display was bare,
more
sparse, simple.
But I think it also made people look at the stuff that was out. So I'm kind of torn, maybe a little bit more. But I also made more sales than some of the people who jam-packed their booth.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe there's something to be said about this minimalism business.
Maybe they just liked your stuff.
Maybe, but I also think that
maybe they want more of your stuff.
Not have why.
We do pile it on sometimes.
And sometimes I'm like, why? Because they're dead spots on our booth usually, and people will not even see it. Like I said, oh, did you see these ornaments that are perfectly eye level with the person? And they're like, what ornaments? I was like, the ones in front of your face. And they're like, are they there?
Are they there?
And then they just appear once I show them.
Right.
So I didn't have to do that too much because they're laser focused.
There were 20 things to look at.
I mean, more than 20, of course. But it was more minimal.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a good day. We had.
You were on the roof.
Fun. We were on the roof. I put sunblock on. It didn't do anything. I was
He came home so red.
I was so burnt, and then I actually might have got a little bit of sun poisoning.
Yeah, because you then slept.
Like the sleep of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I woke up and I missed the meeting.
Yeah.
And I woke up early and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I don't have anything scheduled today. And then I realized I did have something scheduled. I got all these messages from my mentor. Where are you? Are you alive? Did you get murdered?
Oh, no.
In Arkansas?
And I left not even knowing. I didn't know you had anything, or I would have tried to wake you up. But you were out of it when I left.
Anyways.
Susie is here. Hello. Kimberly, Susie Wyatt.
Howdy.
Let's see. Marion says you can get overwhelmed if there's too much stuff. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighbor Susie says I have a long outdoor extension cord if you ever want to borrow. Thank you. I need to keep that in mind.
We might have to do that.
I know. Kimberly, I see Kimberly is here. Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining us. Yeah, so it's been a very busy weekend. Between the store, between Andrew going to Pittsburgh and doing a show, between us rearranging our entire garage and part of the house.
And the show, I was kind of stressed out about it, to be honest.
You were.
And the thing is that I have lots of things. I know what I'm doing. I've done hundreds, if not thousands of shows. And I'm like, why am I worried about something?
Yeah.
And I had this realization with my mentor. I was like, I actually know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and it's we do get stressed out when we don't know what the table is going to look like. But in the end, most people don't see what we see in it. They're just there to see the stuff, and as long as they can see the stuff you're selling, that's what they care about.
I used to sell stuff on the sidewalk and people bought it.
Right.
I had a little little crappy blanket that I used to put out.
I mean, yes, you want to have a nice display.
And I eventually elevated to a TV tray, which I kind of wish I still had.
Right.
And I used to sell stuff.
Yeah.
And
you didn't think twice about it.
Huh?
Now you got to be fancy.
I know. And then I'm like, hey, do I have enough inventory? Do I have this? Do I have this? Do we have the right branding? Do we have this? Do we have all these things? And I had a really good time. I made friends with some of the other vendors. And some of them were like younger and getting started.
Sold some stuff, passed out some business cards.
It'll be interesting to see if anybody follows through.
Yeah.
But
Michelle is here. Hello, Michelle.
You know, I have a lot of anxiety about things that really I don't need to.
I definitely do, but we all definitely do.
And like, I'm not worried about it before, but it's like the night before.
The night before you do. He'll be good for a show up until about the night before, and then panic sets in. And yes, we're usually not as ready as we could be, but it always works out. And we always generally have a good time.
I do want to
It'd be nice to
a more streamlined
pull it together a little bit.
So that all I have to do is pull out the thing, put it in the cart, and go.
But like this show is also different than our other show. Like this was just glass. So
I did just want enamel.
Yeah, the display would have been different no matter what. Even if we had a to-go kit.
And I'm 100% happy that I didn't bring all the paper stuff because it would have been off the roof.
Yeah.
Because it was windy a little bit. And at one point it looked like it was going to rain. I was like praying that it was going to rain. I guess I prayed too hard because the sun came out.
The sun really came out. Hey, Julie, how are you doing? All right, y'all. So we've got lots of good stuff tonight. We had a busy weekend. We hope your weekends were all great. Let us know. Yeah, let us know what you did. Did y'all do anything? Did you have any cookouts? I know that's sometimes a big cookout weekend. We smelled the cookouts while we were rearranging the garage.
Inspired our meals.
It did. Andrew has been baking some bread, making some interesting meals from the baked bread. We had some sandwiches, like a hamburger, like fake hamburgers that we had using some of his bread too. So we've been busy, but good busy in stuff that we know we've needed to do in some cases for a while.
We've been putting it off.
And it feels good to get through some of it. Let's see. Oops. No matter how complete my list is, we always forget something.
For your table.
I don't know. They're saying, oh.
It seems like that's what they're saying for when they go to the table shop.
Oh, Amanda said, I just came back from the store. We went for one thing, came out with a bag, and not the one thing we specifically went for.
That happens all the time.
I went to the store today to get cat food, specifically to get cat food. I walked in, I got hamburger buns, I got eggs, and I walked to the counter, and I'm standing there thinking, what did I forget? I forgot cat food. So thankfully I had not checked out, and I went back and got the cat food. But yeah, that happens a lot. Marianne says, not a critical item like toilet paper. I hope, Amanda, right? Let's see here. Oh, Marianne started saying something, and then... Oh, I said I did some household chores like recycling. That's good. That's good. Anna went to see bands on Thursday and Friday, then spent the weekend at home cleaning and beading. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. A lot of friends went to see bands lately, I feel like. We're seeing a lot of people going out to see bands.
If we make enough, I'd like to go see the Indigo Girls while they're in town.
That would be nice. I'd like to see that.
They're coming to Johnstown.
Yeah, they're coming to Johnstown for Pride Month, for Pride Weekend. And we'd like to see them if we can.
It'd be nice to make it you know, if something sells out, then we're apt to come.
Yeah.
If it doesn't sell out, then they're gonna be like,
Like,
what's the point?
We're going to cancel that concert.
I wonder if they get paid the same anyway.
I doubt it.
Is it per ticket?
I would think so. I don't know. I don't know how any of that works, though. Anybody else know how that works? Susan said we did our annual Saturday before Memorial Day trek to the Hacienda, the local Mexican restaurant. I know you said you were going to do that, so that's good. Then went to a local used bookstore that was having a sale. Nice. That's good. I missed a comment. Apparently, Sandra, says I have to start physical therapy this week. I've been putting it off. Issues with walking in my legs. Well, hopefully that gets you moving again and things start getting better for you. I know a number of people who've gone through physical therapy for various things, and generally it's always been a very beneficial thing. So I'm glad that you're done putting it off and that you're going to get some help. That'll be good. It is I'm sure it's a hard thing. And I've heard stories, and some physical therapists are very tough, but they generally know what they're doing and can help you out a lot from what I've seen.
Here, show this.
Oh, what is this? Oh, I didn't even know you got this.
I forgot.
Crafting the future. Andrew got a t-shirt. So that's his t-shirt from where he was. What else are you doing over there? Finding more stuff? So how's everyone else? Anybody else do anything exciting over the weekend? The long weekend? Did y'all have a long weekend? Yeah. I think we covered everything. I'm trying to think. I think we covered everything that we went through this weekend.
There's always more.
I know. There's always more we never report, but at least for now, it's good. It's good. Well, let's flip this camera around. Susan says cool t-shirt, isn't it? I didn't get one. What
It's
size?
Probably your size.
I was going to say, what size is this? It's a medium. Guess who it's going to fit?
I said, is it a large medium or is it a tight medium?
It's going to fit me.
And then, but you're white.
It's like, you're not allowed.
You're allowed.
Marianne said had a normal weekend because in Canada, yeah, it wasn't the same there, right?
Don't y'all have another holiday?
I think they just had one, right? Wasn't it the weekend before or 2 weekends before? Amanda started an exercise program. I'm trying to go 3 to 4 times a week. Nice. Good for you. We need to do that. That's another thing that we want to do during this reset is kind of build in some time for our health and do a little more walking or running. Andrew's been talking about going walking more.
I'm not running nothing.
He's not running nothing, but I would like to get back to running.
They said that you can get the same health benefits from quickly walking as you do from running. And it's less harmful on your joints.
I just enjoy running.
Well, I don't.
He's like, I don't.
That's if somebody's chasing you. Or if I'm running after money, I'll run after money.
You'll run after money.
Or kittens, I'll run after kittens.
Right.
There has to be a goal.
A goal, a reason.
If it's just for like my own wellness, I'm like skip.
He's not.
But if there's like a pastry involved, I'm interested.
He's interested in that.
Like in New York, I was so skinny, and I ate a lot.
You ate a lot, yeah.
And you know what?
Went out a lot, ate a lot.
I know. No problem. Drink all night. Well, nowadays probably that don't work. But if there's a pastry involved, I'll get up.
You will get up.
Correct.
Susan had a nice brunch yesterday and binge watched a bunch of online movies. Nice.
What did you watch? Unless it's porn, you don't have to.
Marianne says it was the weekend before. I thought so. Susie says I did laundry, washed the car, and started sorting out the beads I received.
Nice.
Nice. Amanda says everyone there has been kind and welcoming. Lots of help from students showing me the ropes. Nice. That's good.
Better than have somebody be stank.
Angela says I'm with you, Andrew, about the running.
I know. That's so bad for your joints if you're not if you're already physically able, then it's fine. But if you're like me, who has a little bit extra, and I don't have like a lot of extra, but it can be bad for you.
Marianne says, walking is the way to go. I'm not built for running.
I'm like in that number one ladies detective agency. They said that she's traditionally built.
Traditionally built.
And I was like, that's
You're
me.
like, that's me. That's who I am.
I'm in my happy dumpling phase.
And he's all right with that.
I would like to get a little bit more in shape, but you know, pastries.
Pastries. Susan says, where eagles dare, plus Marvel fare like Captain America and Avengers.
Hey, did that come out? The Captain America?
The new
Because we wanted to watch it, and then
you were looking for
and
it.
we looked for it, and I couldn't find it.
I didn't even hear there was another one coming out.
It's the one with Red Hulk or Red whatever. Harrison Ford.
Oh no. Pam says, I'm with you, Andrew, on running and pastries.
Mm-hmm. I'll run for ice cream if it's good. You know, there are certain things.
Certain things.
A good beverage, like something fancy, not just like water. If it's water, I'm not running.
He's like, I don't even walk for the water.
No. But if it's like I don't know, some fruity.
Yeah, what would make you run? What beverages nowadays?
Well, I would be interested in trying some fancy coffees. I'll hustle my ass for some.
Susan says yes, but a couple of months ago. Not certain if it's still in theaters.
Oh, I'm not watching anything in the theater.
No, we don't go to the theater.
I would like to go to the theater every once in a while, but
I know when we were in, was it Memphis or Winston-Salem? You were talking about. You said it'd be nice to go to the theater,
but we were kind of busy, so.
Amanda says it's a very small gym, so I'm not overwhelmed. It's more for people that aren't the gym type people, as I'm certainly not.
Yeah,
you know, I haven't been to a gym in quite a while. The only time I actually was a member of a gym was in New York, and I went to Crunch, and the only thing I did in the gym, I had a personal trainer. I had more money back then, or expendable money, and I had a personal trainer, and I went in for the personal trainer like once a week, and then that was it. I didn't use a gym membership for anything else. But she got me in shape. She was an ex-Marine, and she definitely got me in shape. I was probably the most toned I'd ever been in my life.
I don't know. I think you were pretty toned when you were using your bench.
I did get pretty toned, but I was thinner.
Somebody saw you, but somebody saw you, and when he was at the store, and he got kind of caught in the rain, and his like shirt stuck to him. And they were like, I know you're a gay, but I'm having feet stirrings.
No one told me this. He told me this long after.
I would tell you who it is, but
don't embarrass people.
Say it online.
Right. Movie theaters are a few times a year event for us.
But their name rhymes with Letty.
You didn't see Sinners and the new Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, I heard that Sinners was really good.
Mary Ann says it's not yet on Disney Plus.
It's not. When does it come? 27?
Yeah.
Disney Day?
Amanda says a couple of the classes I went to were tough, but I'm going to keep going. Saturday, I was so tired I couldn't do anything all day.
I don't want that.
Susan says, what? Laughing. Charlie says, I haven't been to the theater in years. I love that Andrew spills the details, LOL. Wow, he does that. He's good at that. Yeah. I guess at one point, I was working out more. But I need to combine the running and the working out a little bit. And
El mio quinquilino.
El mio quinquilino. Soon is all I could find, is Marianne. Soon on Disney Plus, right?
That's what they do.
That's how they do us. All right, let's take a look at some stuff. Okay. We went up in numbers and we started dropping in numbers. So let's
And you want me to dish some more tea?
Let's dish some more tea. Let's start looking at some stuff, y'all. Let me flip this camera around. Let me adjust the stand here. But keep chatting, everybody. I like the chat. That's what I'm mostly here for. But we got to make sales to live.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I'd rather just chat with you all. Oops, still have this mirrored. Let's not mirror.
Why do they have that?
What?
What's that for? Mirrored.
The mirror I use when it's looking at me, so that when I raise my right hand, it looks like a mirror.
Why is that? I don't want that. I don't need a mirror. I want to see how it looks in real life.
But if you raise this hand, then it shows up over here. And
But
so when
if
you're trying to point to things, it's hard.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Well, I like
because you got to point the opposite way. But
I'm not in the mirror verse.
I need to see. I like to see myself in the mirror.
It's not Star Trek.
It's not Star Trek. All right, what do we got, Andrew?
We're gonna start with the art pins.
The art pins.
And we started calling them art pins instead of dye sublimation because I think some people are like, what the hell is that?
They don't know what that is.
And so
that's going to be some things on the new website when I get it all worked out. Some things are going to change names.
Mm-hmm. So it's easier to search.
So it's easier to search, and we're going to group things a little bit differently, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So that's something to look for.
That's a project way into the future, though, as well. So some of it will be done, some of it won't.
But that's also, it's not going to get done. Everything's not going to get done this week.
No.
Like somebody was like, that's a lot of work to do in a week, and it is a lot of work. So we just are going to be do our best.
Yeah.
So it starts here and then goes there.
Sue says, okay. Thank you. So Susan says, oh, we do want to see Sinners in West Anderson. Says, I hate autocorrect. Pam,
I heard the Sinners is really good.
Is walking dogs and watching the live. Thank you so much.
Who is it?
Pam. Mary says, I only hate autocorrect on Duolingo since it uses my hearts if you don't catch it. That is annoying. That is annoying, and it happens often. All right, everybody. So, this is Andrew's Everland series.
You almost said Evermore.
No, I didn't. Not me. And these are the art pins. If you'd like to purchase any of these, take down the lot number, put that lot number in the subject line of an email, and send that email to us at info@allegorygallery.com. There are one of these available, currently made, but I will make others if we get more than one. So there are infinite ones of these available. So if you want to buy more than one, you can. But this is a great way. These art pieces, I think, were $75 a piece on the debut price. And so we're doing the pins. If you missed any, if you wanted some of the artwork.
Now they're on $125 though.
Yeah, they'll go up to $125 when they go on the website.
So just so you know that y'all got that introductory best friend artist price.
Yeah. Amanda says, my cousin won several awards for a documentary that took him 7 years to make. That's awesome. Congratulations to him. So this is EL1. Put that in the subject line. Did I finish that? Put in the subject line of an email. Send that email to info@allegorygallery.com. So these are available. These are approximately 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And they are made by us. They are dye sublimated. Andrew's artwork. We do slightly change the color and some of the contrast and whatnot in cropping. Just they're not exactly the same exact thing.
No, I don't like that.
No. So, but these
by the artwork.
Yeah, you want the exact thing by the artwork. Marion says, I do like this as a pin. And
I told William not to make it, and then he said he's gonna make it.
Yeah, he said I shouldn't make this one, and then I said, why not? I'm gonna make that one. People like that one. That's one of my favorite ones.
So, nobody will like that.
So that's EL1.
Generational trauma.
Let me see. EL2. So hopefully you like these, everybody. Hopefully we sell a few. We'll see. But they are definitely $10 versus $120 now. Is definitely a good deal.
25.
$125.
I'm not gonna sell my shelf short.
No, not anymore.
I'm gonna get my pastry.
Get that. Yeah, the extra $5. Buy a nice pastry.
I don't know. Or half of a nice pastry.
All right. Here, maybe I'll leave some of these out so that you can see them as we go. But these are $10 right now as an introductory price. They will go on the website as their normal $12 price once they go on the website. But that won't be until after the sale is over. But these are great. The nice thing about the dye sublimation is they last a long time. They do not fade in the sun. I have tested this by putting some of these in the shop window for the past few months, and they do not fade, which is really nice. At least those ones have not faded. And
did you have a control test?
No, but I can make a control test anytime. I can make one anytime.
We'll do it because your eyes may get tricked.
Get tricked
by the subtle modulations of the sun.
Let's see. What's Susie saying? Says there's a beach on St. Pete Beach, or a theater on St. Pete Beach. There's been litigation the past 10 years due to a deceased owner and his estranged wife. Susie says finally been resolved. New owners are refurbing it. Lit up for the first time in 10 years last weekend. It was a huge celebration. That's cool.
Cool.
And Amanda's cousin's documentary is called Unbankable. If anybody wants to check that out.
What's it about?
What's it about?
Is it something I'm gonna like, or is it like the ones that's not about anything?
What's it about?
And I don't mean that in like a harsh way. But you know, like some things are about, oh, these people are gonna talk to each other and they don't have anything they're gonna like that Seinfeld. I know people love that show. But sometimes I watch that and I was like, why am I watching this?
You weren't a fan?
You know. There are sometimes it wasn't so bad, but there are shows that we watch. And like sometimes you watch stuff on YouTube, and it's about like people's lives, and I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah, he does. He says that.
Like they go and wash their clothes. I was like, I don't need to see this. They don't fold their clothes. I'm like, oh, good for you.
Good for you. And by the way, if you see any of these and you're like, I think I want the original art piece, some of these are still available. Amanda says, it asks, can Africa save the West? That could be interesting.
Yeah, hopefully.
What do y'all think of the pins? I think they came out really, really well. Sometimes it's hard to get colors right and things just right. But these came out nice and dark, nice and colorful, vibrant colors. This is one of my favorites, the little cat boy with his fish.
He's so happy about it.
He is so happy about it, right? Look, he's got his fish. We've sold an EL4 and an EL3 so far. Thank you so much.
Thank you. EL4, what is that one? Show it to my eye.
EL4 is this one.
Mm-mm.
And the EL3
that one I was inspired by old-timey like scooter clothing.
This is EL3. That one sold. We just sold an EL7 as well.
What is that?
That's this one.
Oh, nice.
Good. People are liking them.
There's certain, you never know. And I am certainly really hard on myself when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, Andrew's like, let me pick the ones I want to have made, and I'm like, I'm just making them all. And he just had to leave because he's
I
like,
also don't like the smell of the machine.
no, he does not like the smell of the machine, which helps me sometimes.
Are you complaining?
Not at all, my dear. Not at all.
I'm not complaining.
No, but sometimes you cut yourself short or sell yourself short, and you're like, people aren't going to want these in this, or people aren't going to want these in that. And I think sometimes
Oh,
you
you
just,
didn't show that bag.
just gotta, not yet. That's going to be after.
He has the seconds.
Yeah.
And if
I was kind of waiting to see if Mary Jane was going to clock in here with us, because that bag was made for her originally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's been asking about it. So I'm not dishing the tea or spilling the tea because she was asking. Look at that, Cornelius.
Maybe.
Kind of.
Could be a relative.
Could be a relative of Cornelius.
Yeah, I made the body the same.
Yeah, you did.
The same hand motion.
The same hand motions. You got a little body. Looks the same.
You can't see the butt though.
No. This is 11. I like 11 a lot. Andrew did the beads in the antlers.
What did I do? Oh, yeah, that one's rainbow.
Rainbow. It's got the rainbow and it's got the beads. I don't even think I noticed in the real painting that it was rainbow until just now in these.
Well, That's how Idabel talks.
Yeah, she does. There's this wise sage.
She screams in my face.
She does like to scream in your face.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't know what that's about either.
But she's been doing it since she's a baby. She go right up in your face and scream her ass off until she can't eat you. Or you pick her up and she sounds like she's getting murdered.
Yeah, she does let out the most, I don't know, scary almost cry when you try to pick her up sometimes.
And she's not hurt.
No, she's not hurt, but you would think that somebody were killing her.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is just...
She's like, I'm the alpha. I'm gonna pick.
Yeah. And sometimes when you pick her up, she doesn't do anything. But sometimes she just is not. I always try to, I say, I'm going to pick you up now. I'm going to hold on to you. And then she's a little bit more prepared.
I don't need to be prepared.
Sue says, I expected a portion of it to be lit, but it still wasn't. Still exciting. Can't wait to see how they bring it back. And it says it's good they finally worked something out where the theater can be back. Marion says Loki sometimes cries out in his sleep.
Really?
That's kind of cute.
Disconcerting. He was like, that's cute. I'm like, That sounds like the trauma time.
So we're doing all of the art pins first, and then we'll get into Andrew's enamel after.
How many what are you on now?
I'm on 14.
How come you're going so fast? You're going through like lightning. And
Am I?
are people able to see them?
I'm putting 4 down at a time, so they have time to look at them. I didn't know I was going like lightning.
Well, I just want people to have ample time to examine it. And if you have questions about I'm not dead, you can ask me.
He is still here. He was going to go in the other room and work on some stuff.
I know, but that's quickly not happening.
I noticed. But he's helping me get things sorted, so that's okay too.
Yeah, well. Start talking about it all.
I know. Oops, that's not the right number.
I broke one of my pendants.
You broke one?
Yeah, I must have dropped it.
Oh no. Oh my goodness, that's really broken. That's a cute one too.
That's one of the old ones.
Yeah.
That's been shuffled around a bunch, so who knows when that happened.
Little ghosty.
Oh well. Bless its heart.
Bless its heart.
So
So this is the next batch.
what are you showing them?
This one.
That's a dragon.
That's a dragon. This one.
That is a boy with flower hair. Gonna drink a cup.
This one.
She's gonna sing for all of
I do like this one.
You know, there are stories. Like there's a story about the bard, the traveling bard, and that's like an old fairy story about how they have to go and they travel and they sing in the court. And then that one's just a fashion rabbit.
Just a fashion rabbit.
It's feeling itself.
It's feeling itself, going to its party.
How come they're so fast? They blink, you blink, and you're gonna miss it.
What do you mean? Normally he's telling me go faster, go faster. Now I've shown them to them twice.
Oh yeah.
Each one they've seen them twice up close. They've been sitting here for them to see them.
Enjoying it, or are they getting whiplash?
Hubs is serenading me with some progressive rock, namely Hawkwind, says Susan.
The pop rock.
We just sold 17. Thank you. Remember, there are multiples of these available of each one. So just because I call out the number does not mean it's not available anymore. I'll make you another one.
Tonight.
EL17. That one is sold, but more still available. Oh, I like this one.
I like that. I thought that turned out good. I was kind of disappointed when that one didn't sell.
The original didn't sell? Huh.
But you know,
Oh, this is a good group so far. This is that other one. I love this one.
That one sold.
That one did sell.
So it's not a complete disappointment. You never know. Sometimes, but I get it. Like when.
Oh, another good one. This is her with her pearl dress
Oh.
and her green hair.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne says, mine.
Yep.
You need the pin to go with it, Marianne? What's 21? Oh, this is a good one, too.
But I also like for people to come up with their own stories.
One of 19 just sold. The owl. Thank you so much. Susan says, love the eyes on 18. Yeah, the eyes are great. And then the octopus head.
That one sold.
That one's sold as well. So let me show you them again. Sandra doesn't say I didn't show them to you enough.
Mm-hmm. It's so that the people get a chance. They don't get the whiplash.
I know. But look, when you look at all the detail in the clothing, in the backgrounds, like I love Andrew first did a great job on the detail, but also the dye sublimation picks it up really well.
You know, I didn't know how these would translate because the backgrounds are metallic.
Yes.
But it looks like they turned out good.
They look pretty good to me.
And so I think it's nice when things like when it comes out.
Nice
he had
surprise.
some that came out and they were more blue, and I like them, but we're not showing them tonight.
No, I didn't get a chance. We were going to make a limited edition of them.
I was going to call it my blue phase.
Blue phase. 18. This one just sold. But again, these are multiples that are available. That's that one.
Oh, I like that one.
And again, if you see one of these and you want to know if the original is still available, you can also email us. The originals are now $125.
For y'all, you can have it for a discount.
He'll still do it at $75.
For only y'all.
For only y'all.
And when it goes on the website, it goes up.
Yeah, so if you do see one of these and you still like the original, you can ask in the email and we'll see if the original is available for you.
Also depends who it is.
Octopi are intelligent creatures, says Susan. Very are interesting creatures. Very intelligent and have been known to hold grudges.
Yeah, I feel that.
Marianne's thinking about EL1 though.
Mm.
She doesn't want one to match her painting, but thinking about EL1.
It's a box of shadows.
Box of shadows.
Does it have the ones from Shadowland?
Shadow creatures.
Shadow play.
Shadow play creatures. I like this one too. EL22. This raven.
Oh, that one's old.
Dressed
I
up.
dropped it off in person over the weekend.
And there's this cute flower face.
That one's sold. The original.
The original sold.
That hasn't sold yet, but the original has.
And then we have this one.
Which one's that one? Who's that? It reminds me of Madonna.
I was doing this and I said, that looks like Madonna's new face.
I said, okay. Well, I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if there's
I don't
any
think
way to.
she looks that bad.
No, I don't
People
either.
talk smack about her, but you also know I'm not on this stage gyrating at 60 something.
Right? No, I don't think it's a. I'm not saying it's a battle. It just that's who that reminds me of now. It just hit me today. I was looking at her as I did that pendant or pin, and I was like, that looks like Madonna now. EL25 is the unicorn with the staff.
How old was she when she made Ray of Light?
I don't know. That's an interesting question though.
Was
Like
she in her 40s?
probably because that was. I don't know. Let's see. When did Ray of Light come out? I mean, that was like 98, something like that. We'll see. It's taken me a while. Oh, we just sold 23 as well, the little flower. Thank you so much.
These make great gifts.
They do make great gifts. And at only $10, quite the deal. Quite the deal.
We had somebody, for when it was Christmas time, they bought a bunch of the pins so that they could put it on the bow. You know where the bow, like the meat in the middle?
And this is 1992? Was it 92? That doesn't sound right.
92?
That doesn't sound right.
Well.
Because I would have been 12. I think that came out when I was like 16 to 18 when I was in high school. I feel like. It was definitely in the 90s. 92 seems early to me. Oh, but maybe.
Don't ask Anna.
Don't ask Anna, he says. Now I'm singing the songs from it. Got them going in my head.
Well, the other one came out in the early 2000s.
Ray of Light released February 22nd, 1998. Just checked Wikipedia.
Who is it?
I did.
Well, there, Anna.
1998. I was going to say, I thought it was when I was 18. Well, I wasn't. I was 2 days away from 18. And it says, I think it came out when I was in Colorado. But that means Madonna would have been how old? That's the whole question. I can't do that math.
When is she born?
Let's see. She was born in 58.
58?
So she would have been 40. I can do that math. That's easy. 40 years old when she did Ray of Light. Younger than me.
So you're slacking is what.
I'm really slacky if I'm supposed to keep up with Madonna because
Oh no. And she had kids.
and she had kids. Yeah, because I think I got a very late start on her at this point. Oh, look at this little this I love this one because this one's like literally playing with fire. Like his head's fire, but his body's sticks.
Mm-mm.
You gotta be very careful if your head is fire and your body is sticks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go up in smoke.
Correct. Sometimes I feel that about people.
That's how you feel about some people.
That was the gentle tugboat.
That was the gentle tugboat. Julie says, I'm the same age as Madonna. I guess I need a new face too.
She's had several.
I know. Do we all get new faces when we
At 40?
At 40?
Did she work on them? I don't know.
Probably all along.
I can't imagine the pressure that people are put under to live a certain way. I mean, we get it, and we are by no means celebrity.
No, but just from going live and when we put out pictures of ourselves and
there's always a comment.
How many times Andrew gets told to smile?
This, that, and the other thing.
Oh
well.
Keep in mind, Madonna's wealthy enough to afford paid staff. Helps getting things done. I know, right?
Well, maybe.
Michelle says 98. I was 25. I had Steven in 98. We sold one of 27. Fire stick guy. Thank you so much. All of these we have multiples available. This one's super. I love her lit up, her bioluminescent plant hair.
Which one? Oh, that's Mandragora.
Mandragora. And her green eyes. She got nice green eyes. And this one again.
I tried to I made it look like there were depictions in the old time, but updated because they kind of look scribbled up, scary.
Oh.
So
20
well,
EL28 is matchless with the fish, the pearls.
Matchless. Huh? Which one?
Marianne said that one is matchless. This one.
Huh?
Your friend beside 27 is matchless. Yeah, this one.
Let me see. What is it?
This one.
Oh.
Doesn't need a match. She's already on fire.
You just lean over.
Just tilt your head, not too far.
Goodbye.
And then you got the third eye girl here.
In my mind, I was like, this is so cool. When I finished it, and then, I like it now, but for a minute, I was like,
You weren't into it?
Nah. It looks a little bit too weird. And then,
The third eye one? I think it looks good.
I like it now, but you know how I am. I'm like,
I think it's
too weird.
It's also, I think it's cool on a smaller size, like a pin like this.
But I also censor myself. Like, I say, oh, that's too weird. No one will like it.
Yeah, you do. People like your weird. Sometimes.
These didn't sell as well as some of my paintings, but also, the life is different, so I'm not overly concerned.
All right.
What number are you?
I'm on 29, going into 29, going into 30.
So you haven't been announcing numbers?
They can see the numbers.
Well, what if they want to hear it from your own mouth hole?
I thought I had EL30. Here we go. EL30 is this one. Oh, we just sold one of the EL1s. Thank you so much. EL30 is this one. I love this one.
Which one is it? Oh, I thought that was fun.
It's a fish, But he's got the attachment so he can breathe using the suit.
I kind of think about that sometimes, like, sometimes when I'm in social situations and I almost feel like I'm a deep sea diver, like it's completely other people are doing something, and I'm really the one that's out of place. But sometimes I feel like I'm out,
Yeah.
more of an explorer of something that's different.
This is EL31, the rabbit girl.
You know who that kind of looks like?
Who?
Emma Stone.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know who that is?
I do, but I haven't seen her in a while.
At least that's what I think. But, I don't know.
EL31.
I didn't base it off of her.
EL32. Is this Joyful Friend?
Who's that? Oh. That one looks like a singing, too.
Yeah, it does. Belting out a song.
Well, it sounds like it would be like Brother, Where Art Thou? Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Is that the name of that movie with George Clooney?
Think
It's in the
so.
Ozarks, and then they sing. And I was like, I didn't know this is a musical.
Andrew does not generally like watching singing movies.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of them that are fun, but generally speaking, it's not really my thing.
Or TV show. When the episode of every TV show comes on that is the singing episode.
Mm-hmm.
And what is this one?
That one is kind of like an oxalotl, but different.
Kind of, but different. That's EL33.
It looks kind of like it's gonna do stuff.
He's going to do stuff. He's getting ready to do something.
Mischievous.
Mischief in those eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is EL30. EL31. The Sing movies are fun, says Marianne.
Oh, are they?
EL32. EL33. And I'll show you the last one here.
I mean, if you like it, then that's good. I watched the previews for the Wicked, and I was like trying to get into it, and I don't know. Like that, I think, I don't know. Maybe I have to watch it. But I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this. But I like Michelle Yeoh.
Marianne says, I'm talking about the animated movies.
Well, that's nice.
EL34.
Isn't that like a pig or something that sings?
I don't know.
It's some kind of creature. I do appreciate. You know which one I did like this fall season?
Hmm?
The Once. I like that one. You gonna sing after her and she's not into him?
I don't remember.
I do like when somebody can sing. Like it's one thing like if they like start singing. Like there was an episode of when we watched Shameless. I don't think we ever finished that, but we watched this thing, and the dude that she was dating, he sang to her, and I was into that. Like I thought that was like so nice and like romantic. And I was like, you should end up with him.
You sold one of the EL32s. Thank you so much.
He sang at you pretty.
That's that little singing dude.
But, you know.
Amanda said Trolls is really cute.
They singing that.
Marianne says, I tried to watch Wicked, but couldn't really get into it.
Oh, really? Where did you watch it? Was it in the movie theater or was it in the Peacock? Because I think you can only watch it on Peacock now, and I don't really want to pay for another service.
Susan says, I wanted to see Wicked. It's starting to get chilly in here.
Is it?
I am. I feel the wind blowing through. All right. So we sold one of the 32s. Thank you so much. That's the last batch. And did see it streaming.
Yeah, I like the book. Gregor McGuire. Apparently he's gonna make a prequel for when she's like a little girl. I was like, I thought they had that in the book. But it's been about...
Marion says, shame because I really love the book.
You know, they were gonna make a adaptation that was not singing time. But then, I don't know, maybe they'll do that again.
Ooh, y'all. Wait till you see Andrew's Enamel is coming up next.
We're going to start with the earring pair charms.
Earring pair charms. We're going to sell them as pairs.
I try to match them.
Andrew did some matching for you.
They're not exactly.
There is only one pair of each number available.
I also like things to be a little bit wonkadoodle. So that means that I like things not to be like perfect circles usually.
Yes.
Sometimes I do. Depends on the day. But for the most part, I like things to be a little bit more organic.
Yeah, he cuts these by hand.
Because I like it to be like that.
So they're $20 a pair for earring pairs. They are all enameled by Andrew.
I also like bigger holes, so I make the holes bigger. The ones that I'm working on right now, of course, are perfect circles, and the holes are tiny.
But these are hand done, nice big holes, so that you can make sure you get that jump ring in there.
I like it to have a little bit of swine.
Right, or you could, make them funky with a little bit of leather or something else.
Or a beaded loop. You could do it with seed beads. That look cute.
They are signed and dated on the back by Andrew. And this is EL35. These are approximately just about an inch.
I have earrings already made too, but if you want to see those later, I can bring them later.
They're like 7/8 of an inch.
But they're more expensive. And
y'all know how to make earrings, right?
It's up to you. I may post some on my timeline so that...
Marianne said it's on Prime Video here.
Is it? I'll look on Prime.
It may be different between Canada and the US.
The streaming right.
This is EL36. This is another pair of the kind of green and blue. So tell them about these a little bit. These are using what kind of pattern? Enamel. They're made using enamel, y'all.
So the stencils are stencils that I cut. And some of them are mostly the single stencils. Okay, so if you're familiar with my paintings, some of my older paintings too, not the most recent ones, of course. I like a lot of I don't like things to be too clean. I like things to be a little bit messy and a little bit kind of not perfect. So one of the things I would do in my paintings is I would use salt, and I would use that and sprinkle it onto the paintings. And then what happens is that the pigments get soaked up to that little spot, and then you brush off the salt and you seal it, and it has this kind of mottled, speckled effect. And so I try to recreate that with enamel by using different, there's a type of enamel called crackle, but there's also one called titanium white. And so it does a thing called pull through. And so sometimes the softer enamels will pull through the harder enamels that kind of sink. And so I played around a lot with different colors. So a lot of these are made with using my stencils from my drawings that I cut. And then I also have been playing around to make like custom colors. The colors that I make are never going to be the same in the sense that a lot of them I mix stuff into them. So they're all a little bit different, which is kind of probably silly. And I should probably stick to a recipe and whatever. But I think it makes it kind of unique and different. I do like these kind of, they're based on nature, but very much stylized. So, like with like the patterns of the leaves and the branches. So I doodle those, and then from those doodles, then we take and we make a file, and then those files are then cut on the laser. And I cut them in suede actually, and so the suede is then used as a stencil that I can lift it up easier.
So, and these are all being sold by the pair, everybody. So it's only $10 each if you want to use them as charms.
Mm-hmm.
So you
But
can.
we're not breaking it up.
We're not breaking it up. Marion says, looks like you have to purchase it on Prime in the US.
Mm.
We'll wait.
Yeah, I'm not overly eager to watch it anyway.
I love these ones. This orangey, limey kind of color.
The other thing that I do that's a little bit different is I use a thinner gauge metal for these.
Yeah, these are super thin.
I was in a group earlier today, and there were people, and they're like, "Oh, you can never enamel on less than 20 gauge metal." And I was like, "Who is making this horse shit up?" It is more challenging, I will say that, but you can 100% enamel on almost any gauge of metal. You just have to, there are things that you have to do to it.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody's, that's going to suit everybody.
Right.
Like, if it's like below 30 gauge, you have to manipulate it into a type of, you have to just change it. Also, the way that you enamel, it also affects it also. So,
What do y'all think of these so far? Michelle liked them. What do y'all think?
I think they look really cool using other, like they're abstract enough too that you can use them in other design, like maybe put a little charm on the pendants.
Oh, absolutely.
Or even those ones, the hole's big enough.
Yeah, you can dangle charms in front of them.
Nothing that's going to clank it, but...
No, you don't want too clanky. But like these, I think would be awesome with lapis. Use yellow and blue. Put some lapis with that.
I made that for Ukraine.
Yeah, that's nice. Anne says, I like them. Really enjoy the color combinations. Pam says, cool. Anna says, they are great. Susan loves them.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
And so I play around a lot to get different effects. And, you know, that's what happens. And so after the basins are enameled, then I stencil the top on. And then I also will sometimes go over with transparents to pop some of the colors. And then I also, the edges are sanded between each firing. And then William, he ground all the edges down.
I did. Did the final polish on all the edges. Sandry's still here. You know how much work goes into enameling. What do you think of that price? Pretty good price, right? I think so. I think these are a really good price for the amount of work that goes into them. Like, it's not only work that goes into them, but the timing of everything. Timing in the kiln, making sure you're putting them in, taking them out, getting the right timing. Oop, don't want to do that. I know. It's okay. But there's a lot that goes into each pair.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a number of these, so I'm going to keep putting them out here. If you have any questions on any particular one, if you want to know exact sizing on any of them, or want to see them again up close, let me know in the comments. Of course, make sure to list the lot number that you're asking about. But again, these are all made by Andrew. They are signed and dated by Andrew. These are artisan enameled charms. You're getting the pair of them for $20 each. There's only one of every lot number available. He's not making more of these.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Sounds like it's really raining out there. How's the weather been for everybody out there across the country? We had a really beautiful day yesterday for Memorial Day. It was actually pretty hot and very sunny. And today has been gray and cloudy and cold and rainy. It's actually, I think, about the same temperature as yesterday, except because it's cold, gray and cloudy, it's much colder. Look at these as pink on pink. I know who won't like this one, but I also...
You don't know that.
I don't know that, but Marianne is probably not going to like these. Marianne, maybe?
Maybe that's the
That's going to change everything for her.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Pink and green should only be found in flowers, says Marianne.
No thanks.
And let's see here. Coolish here, says Susan. A little cloudy. I'll take it over severe thunderstorms any day, right? Looks more lavender to me, says Susan.
The color? Which one is it?
This one.
It's I think petal pink on top of clover pink.
Yeah, I think that's clover. Pam says, I got distracted. Are they light enough for earrings? That's exactly what Andrew made them for originally. He sold a bunch of these earrings while he was in Pittsburgh. They are super duper light and thin. They barely weigh anything.
Show the earrings. Maybe that will inspire people.
They barely weigh anything if you want to.
Yeah, I didn't mess around with adding too much with them because I was making them at the table.
He was making them as he was there. So
and
those are
was like, that's really smart.
They're the ear wires are about just as heavy as the enamel. They're really nice and light.
Yeah, I tried to purposely make these light.
So there's that pair for inspiration. Michelle says, hot with fires everywhere. Seems like every 2 hours you get a fire alert. Oh no.
Y'all get some wild weather.
Yeah, they do. Marianne says, we had a thunderstorm yesterday with a period of heavy rain. Anne says, I'm waiting to see all the colors. That's smart. Right. There are lots of colors.
And then you can change it by what you combine it with. So
yeah, depending on what you mix it with. Or if you want to go really wild, buy 2 pair and mix and match the colors.
Mm-hmm.
I know
I don't care what you do.
some of you all liked it when we did the the pastels with multiple colors. So like I could see like making a pair out of these. I think that'd be super cool. Making a pair out of that. Get some mix and match going on.
I think they could go well with sari silk too. With like an embellishment.
Yeah. And remember, these don't have to be earrings. They can be charms.
Or a pendant.
Or a small pendant. Mm-hmm.
Now everybody wants King Kong size. I have those coming up, by the way.
We do have larger pendants coming up as well.
Not King Kong size.
Not King Kong.
You know, I made those big ones, and we didn't sell one of them.
No.
I don't think. The ginormous ones.
Amanda says we had 5 days straight of cool weather and rain, 1 sunny day, and going back to a few days of cool and rain. I feel like that's how we're doing around here.
Yeah, it's been a cold, wet spring.
Yes, it has been a cold, wet spring.
Also, I should remind folks that I'm teaching in Pittsburgh, and I'm teaching a drawing on enamel class in June, and I hope folks will sign up for it. And you don't have to be like a person that draws a lot. I can show you how to fake stuff.
See that? And those details are available on our blog. If you check out our blog, you can see Andrew's classes.
The other thing that I'm going to mention is that I'm also teaching at Peters Valley, but if I don't get at least 2 more signups, they're not going to run it.
Oh.
And so
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised you don't have more signups for that.
I'm not, because they didn't have pictures of the projects.
Oh, that's true.
And so, you know, and they haven't really shown it on their blog or Facebook or social media.
That's a shame.
You know, I know that they're trying to push other classes first because we're later in the summer, but you know, but I can also push it, so I'm not afraid. Some people get hesitant and they're like, "Oh, I can't do that." You want to show other earrings too? I'll show this one.
Another pair. There's another pair of the earrings he made. You can see they're very simple.
25.
25 a pair when he makes them into earrings.
And then I sold a bunch of them.
You're getting them all, the charms themselves, $20 a pair. If you want us to make them into earrings for you, we can do 25 a pair. And we'll make them into earrings for you.
I didn't sell them loose.
No. No, because it was a already made thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not
I
a
mean,
component.
you know, I'm sure some people might, but you know, it's always interesting what people are interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had these one pendants that I made, and I was not really into them. And then that was one of the first ones that sold, and I was like, what?
Everybody taking down notes of the ones you like to see them all first, though. Hope so. And there's another one of those green and pinks. I like those. I like those ones.
And I don't know if we're going to put these on the website, to be honest.
No?
No, because I've been thinking about doing a finished line, and so of my enamel jewelry, and so I kind of want, if I have extras after this, I'm just going to keep them and turn them into earrings.
The finish line.
Yeah, because I don't necessarily want to, you know, I want to have inventory.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what ends up happening is they'll make stuff and then it'll sell out, which is a good problem to have. But sometimes I don't have any work.
Yeah, to actually show your work.
Like sometimes it's like when there are things I made a long time ago and I have no pictures, I have no anything, no documents of it at all, except the memory.
The memory of it.
Starting to go. So
Marianne says is 52 kind of copper. It's more of a it is copper says it's more of a lavender or what would you call that color?
It's called raspberry.
Raspberry is the name of the color, and green.
But it's kind of like a muted red.
Yeah,
pink,
muted
red.
Muted.
Your favorite.
Your favorite.
A pinky red.
A pinky red.
But the enamel, when you fire it, it doesn't blend like paint. Well, sometimes. Of course, there's always like an asterisk enameling. Except if you do this. But for the most part, it's kind of like pixelated. And that's how the color is. So it's several different colors mixed to make that color. But there's a lot of raspberry in that one, which is a transparent.
Oh, really?
But there's flame red, and there's another one. There's clover pink.
It says thank you, not like any raspberry I have seen. It says not like any raspberry I have seen.
Well, that's the name of the color.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like how raspberry doesn't actually taste like raspberry either, right?
Well, it's not blue.
The blue raspberry.
But yeah, so I enjoy it. I kind of think of it like cooking, the way that I cook. I don't really have recipes. I have like loose recipes in my mind, and I can adjust things. But for the most part, I kind of like if I want it, I'll add a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that, and I see where it goes.
I think you did a great job on these.
I think they turned out good.
Really good. And it says looks like raspberry juice. Yeah, it does. It looks like my crayon raspberry a little bit.
I've had raspberry jam that looks like that. And then some of them, I was doing like a dry technique. I don't know if I have any ones with a dry technique. That's a pain in the butt, and it looks better with the big pendants, but on the small stuff it doesn't look. You don't get the full effect. And I tried to put 2 pair each of the different colorways. Is that correct?
I think. Close. Some are split up, so, but I think that's kind of close to what you did.
It feels quiet, like I could drop something and hear it.
They're talking about their weather everywhere. What's hot here, what's registers as hot, what's cold. What's humid, what's not humid. Everybody's chatting amongst themselves out there.
Oh, good. I don't get to see it. I just have to be in quiet.
In quiet. It's hard for me to read a lot of these still. My screen shrunk. But
here you go.
Thank you. Put these behind these ones here. It's the EL55. So it says, I just can't decide. I love the enamel stuff. I'm glad y'all like it. Andrew worked hard on these. And we're getting down to just about the end of the earring charms. And we have a few more to go, and then we will move into the larger pendants. So this is EL57. I love, you can see some of the bits of color in these, in the transparent areas. I love how that comes through. It's like sprinkles almost, or trapped glitter. And I love how all that interacts, the glass interacts. And there's another one of these like that. Raspberry ripple ice cream, right? It's kind of that, yeah, that makes sense. It's got that kind of coloring to it. Looks like melted sugar on cookies, says Anna, right? I think so. I think so. Let me see how many more we're getting into. Okay, I have 2 more lots of the earring pairs. There we go. There's 1 more of those. And then the last one is EL60. And it's this one. The red. It's a little bit of that kind of bluey charcoal kind of color, and the yellow as well, which is really cool. And again, these are super duper light. They do register, they're about 7/8 of an inch wide, but they do vary here and there. Some of these are a little bit, they're about 7/8 of an inch wide. They are all hand cut by Andrew. They have nice large holes in case you'd like to do like beaded loops through them, or leather through them, or various other materials. Super duper thin and super light. Very light. Andrew made them into earrings for his show. He sold them around $25 a pair. We're giving you the special price of $20 a pair for these. And then we're going to move into the larger pendants after this. Oop. All right. What else going on, y'all? What'd y'all have for dinner? Let's do the dinner talk. We haven't done that yet, I don't think. We've just sold 44. Thank you so much. Number 44 has sold. Remember, there's only 1 of each of these. So once they're sold, they're sold. And these are probably, as Andrew said, not going to make it to the online store. He's probably going to keep these and turn them into his own finished jewelry line. So if you're going to look for them on the website, they're probably not going to make it there. Let's see. Marianne said fried egg sandwiches. We've been having a number of egg stuff lately too. This is EL61. The pendants are $32 each. Let's see. Hubs made tofu pasta. It was yummy, says Susan. Nice. That sounds good. Anne had a banana sandwich. What's on a banana sandwich, Anne? So these are approximately 1 3/8 by 1.5 inches. It's the cheapest way to get protein, right? And it also gives us a lot of protein for what we eat. Otherwise, we're eating a lot of spinach or something, right? This is EL62. Again, signed and dated on the back. Peanut butter and banana on toast. I have still not ever had the combo of peanut butter and banana, and I need to try it because people swear by it. Kimberly said it was a tater tot casserole night here. What was in your tater tot casserole? What do you put in your casseroles, everybody? When I do tater tot stuff, I just I make the tater tots and then I add cheese and I turn them kind of into like taco stuff. Sometimes I'll put like grilled fake meat with them, with taco kind of seasoning and salsa and some sour cream. Let's see here. We had omelets yesterday with spinach and Swiss. Ooh, that sounds good. Kimberly says, you really should try it, William. The combo is amazing. Peanut butter and banana. I'm going to have to try it. Everybody says it's so good. Michelle had a peanut butter jelly Uncrustable to hold her over until dinner. What's for dinner tonight, then? What are you having for dinner? These are EL. This is EL64. EL64. So that's the start of the pendants. I don't know what we're going to have. Probably more sandwiches tonight because I picked up some burger buns, and our grocery store was having a sale on the Morningstar Farm stuff. So I picked up a number of different things. Andrew's been turning it into some other things. He made some, I don't know what it was. He took some of the bread he made last night, and he took some slices of cheese and kind of melted them together with a little bit of almond milk. And it was kind of like a fondue kind of thing, but it was super cheesy and creamy. And it was a really good snack we had after dinner. I'm not a big fan of bananas, says Susan. They give me heartburn. Oh, I'm so glad that doesn't happen to me. So glad. Marianne says, if you like peanut butter and bananas, a toasty with peanut butter and banana is good. What's a toasty? What's a toasty? Kimberly says, I use cheese, ground meat, usually beef, peas, cream and mushroom soup. I can't go crazy with extra ingredients because my hubby has a sensitive tummy. That makes sense. Susan says, not, oh yeah, I said that one. Marianne says, ground beef, onions, cottage cheese, pasta, and tomatoes is one option for me. Nice. A sandwich with toast. Oh, so just instead of bread, it's toast? I've never heard it. I'm just calling it a toasted sandwich here. Toasty. Bananas are one of the few, comments are jumping, y'all. I'm trying real hard to be able to read them. Bananas are one of the few things that doesn't give me heartburn. I eat them on the greener side. Me too. I like my bananas green. They start to turn yellow. They're getting a little bit old. They get a brown spot, and they're too far gone for me. Usually Andrew turns them into some kind of something after that point if he doesn't eat them. Let's see. Since I used to make crustless quiche casserole with eggs, spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, mushrooms, and cottage cheese. That sounds delicious. I'm getting better about sun-dried tomatoes. I never used to be a fan, but I'm starting to like them more and more. Anne says, Marianne, I always let the toast cool because I don't want it to melt the peanut butter. So I'm not sure I would enjoy it in a toasty. Marianne says it's a British term. I've never even heard that one. Never heard that one. Guess we didn't serve toasties at the pub. And says, I'm really liking this orange, green, red with a splash of pink. I know, I like the added splash of pink, right? These are all $32 each. I know I'm not talking about them so much, but EL65, EL66, EL67, EL68. Kimberly says, oh, I love melty peanut butter. I don't know. My mom used to make us buckwheat potato or buckwheat pancakes. Buckwheat pancakes. And I'm just now remembering, maybe I have had a banana peanut butter combo because my mom sometimes made the buckwheat pancakes with bananas in them. And then sometimes we would put peanut butter and syrup on the top. And I just now, that was like a childhood memory that just came into my brain that I totally forgot about, that we used to put peanut butter on top of our pancakes. And I know she's done banana pancakes before. So in some way, I have actually had that combination. Let's see here. Most often the British would go for a cheese toasty. Color scheme is like a sunset, says Michelle, right? Susan says it's a simple recipe. You can use anything you have on hand. I like the simple recipe stuff, right? Kimberly says, I like a firmer avocado, so I eat them on the greener side. I still have not eaten avocados. We're getting there. I'm trying a little more and more here and there, but I'm still not quite there yet. Marmalade is good on pancakes. I don't know. I'm not a fan of marmalade. I have tried to like marmalade. It's just not. Ooh, look at that one, y'all. This is my first time seeing these, other than I polished the edges, but I was doing it so rapidly that I didn't actually look at all of the designs. So this is the first time I'm getting a chance to look at these. I love this one. Love, love, love. My brain operates on simple concepts these days, says Susan. I feel that. I definitely feel that. This is EL70. Look at that. I love how that, I think that's that breakthrough that Andrew was talking about with that particular white. See how it's kind of, I don't think the white's sprinkled on top. I think the white is underneath and it's breaking through. So I could be wrong, but I think that's the breakthrough and how it comes through certain colors like that. I think it's super, super cool. How y'all like the pendants? EL71 is this one. What would y'all design with these? What would you put these with? Anne says, love the pendants. And the pendants are also super thin. Like you can see, super thin, super duper light for the size that they are. And, you know, sometimes when people see enamel pendants, they're used to the big chunky. These are not. These are super light. If I were wearing this as a pendant, it's one of those kind of barely there things. Like I could probably easily forget this was on the end of a chain if you sold it that way. So nothing, not your neck hurters on that one, right? Susan says pendants are gorgeous. Mary says, since avocados are also known as alligator pears, temperamental makes sense. Michelle loves avocado sandwiches. Oh, Anne says, I love avocados, but they're temperamental, but worth it. Green avocados do not make good guacamole, says Mary Ann. See, the comments are going faster than I can keep up. These pendants are fun, says Michelle. I think so. Ooh, on to another colorway. These ones. This is EL72. Colors are gorgeous, says Michelle. So this is EL69, EL70, EL71, and EL72. Remember, artisan made enamel pendants by Andrew. I think he priced these really well for you all. He also had made these into some necklaces and charged more at the show, but he did them on very simple chains. You can put them on a very simple chain, turn them into a quick necklace. Pam says, never heard avocados called alligator pears. I don't think I have either, other than from Marianne. Anne says, you fall in love with one colorway and then another one sucks you in. Good. I hope so. I hope Andrew sells us some of these. 69 has just sold. Thank you so much. So he worked really hard on these, and he did sell a bunch of them at the show, which is good. I was glad to see that. So he works very hard, and you know, it's good to see them going. Good to see people enjoying them. Anne says, I have a strand in mind of what I'm going to put mine with as long as I got it. Yes, you did. Thank you. Mary says, not a common term, I guess. This is 73, EL73. EL74. What beads would you put 74 with, everybody, if you were designing it together? I think this would be really good with some of our apatite. We have that kind of, that blue and the green apatite together. I think this would look really nice if you've got some of that apatite that we sell. Usually it's multiple colors on the strand. You get the neon apatite, you get the blue, and you get the green. I think that would look really good with this. What would you put those with? And then EL75 is another color yet. Is this one. This could go with that apatite too, but throw in a little splash of amethyst maybe. Pull out that purple. These are beautiful enameled pendants by Andrew. They are signed and dated on the back. Artisan enamel pendants, super thin, super light, but well made so that you can use them in your jewelry. Anne says, I have a strand of peanut beads that are the exact color of the background that I got from AG. I think 74 would look great with those. Because the rest of the pendant colors would really pop. That's cool. That one, yeah. So this is maybe some check glass. Oops. Check glass rounds or iridescent finish with an iridescent finish, or pearls or labradorite. Nice. Mary says, now that you've mentioned the multicolor apatite, I can only think similar colors. See what happens? Ooh, this one's this is a cool pattern that came out on this one. Look at that one. Just that little hint of lavender in there with the greens and blues. Teal green, teal blue, light blue, sky blue, lime green, a little bit of purple. So EL73, EL74, EL75. I think this would go really pretty with maybe some peacock pearls too. In EL76. What would y'all put with these ones? The 75 and 76. 75 looks like underwater friends, right? I could see that, definitely. Some coral under there. EL76 and peridot, says Marianne, right? 76 and peridot, that'd be great. I could see these two with some tanzanite. Beautiful with some of that beautiful tanzanite kind of purpley blue color. 75 reminded me of a peacock, says Anna. Anne says, yes, peridot would be beautiful. Pam says, one just more gorgeous than the other. Pam says, peridot for sure. Yeah, I think these I think I would put them with something purpley. Pull out that purple a little bit. Maybe some green and purple. That's been my thing lately. I've been finding a lot of things I'm drawn to that would go really well together with green and purple together. I think that's a sign. I was going to do that for the Creative Make-Along, and then Andrew gave me the challenge. So he issued me a challenge, and I worked with his challenge pieces. I think it came out really well, though. I was happy with it. Matte Onyx Round, says Susan. Ooh, that'd be nice. I could see that. Black goes with everything, right? Black and white. Do some white pearls. Those white pearls that have that little glimmer of purple in them. A little bit of green, purple with the good vintage pearls. Halloween colors, says Marianne. Halloween colors. These are so pretty. I love how the colors just move through the piece. Dotted through, and then like they're climbing over. I just love these. Like I said, I polished all these on the edges after he was all done, and I still didn't get to actually look at a lot of them. EL79 is this one. And the last one for tonight is EL80. EL80 is the last one tonight. $32 for the pendants. This one's actually pretty big. 1 3/8. They're around 1 3/8. Green and purple, not black, orange, and yellow. I was going to say, Marianne. I'm going to say. Green and purple makes me think of Mardi Gras colors, right? So this is 77. $78. I know Andrew's working on some other things over there, but I don't know. There he is. I was just saying you're working on some other things, but I don't know if you're going to have anything else. No? Okay.
That's probably enough anyway.
Yeah, we've been going for a while. Marion says, I don't really do Mardi Gras. I don't really either, but I know those colors.
Cool color.
We're talking about because Marianne at one point said Halloween colors. And I was like, Halloween colors? But then she's like, the green and purple, not black, orange, and yellow.
Huh?
Green and purple Halloween colors. I was saying, what would you pair with some of these things?
Oh.
We're talking about it. So that, my friends,
You can do whatever you want.
right? That's what we're playing around with. Is it for tonight? So let me flip this around real quick.
Did you show the other earring?
What other earrings? These ones? I
Go
did
ahead.
not.
Show it.
Show it.
Go ahead.
Show it. Go ahead. All right, I'm not flipping it around yet. These are some of the other pairs of earrings that Andrew made. Oops. And these ones. I love these yellow and blue Ukraine colors. Ooh, almost dropped them. Don't drop the enamel. Look how they look so nice together, all these colors together. And these ones. What do y'all think? Look at that little fiesta of colors together.
On this side is ones I'm selling for 36, and then on this side is the one I'm selling for 50.
You want me to show them all?
If you want to just quickly show it, and if somebody's interested, they can message.
Okay.
But put them back on the stand the right way.
Put them back on
So
this.
they don't get all tangled.
Right. So if you are interested in the earrings, they're a little bit more, but you can message us. We're not giving everything numbers.
Yeah, y'all probably know how to do it anyway. So
Right.
I
Kimberly
do want to
says
get
gorgeous.
nice. I do want to get nice pictures of them so I can put them on my.
Sandra's asking how much are the earrings?
24.
They're 24 if you want a pair of earrings instead of making them yourselves.
You know how to make earrings?
I know. She knows how to make earrings. You save money by buying the... I don't know if you save much money. You got the ear wires. But
you can probably resell these.
Yeah, you probably could, actually, for more than that. But if you want a particular pair of earrings, you can take a screenshot and let us know. I didn't think we'd be selling the earrings made, but if you want them, I'm not going to stop you. And let me put these away, and then we'll show you some of the pendants Andrew made. You said 36 for the necklaces, right? He left already. All right. And if you're watching this in the replay, there's a good chance things are still available. Only sold a few during the live, so feel free to send us your emails and we will check on the lots for you. Let me see here. Put these away, and then we will pull out, show you how Andrew is selling the pendants on a simple chain. Of course, these are all gotten all wild. He just told me these ones are the ones. And it's already messed up. Let's see. Michelle says, Andrew, awesome work. Love the color blend design detail. So he was just doing them on these nice little chains like that. There's another one. So you can mix them with gemstones, or you can do them very simply on chains. This is another one of his designs. What is this one? We had shown these a little bit ago, but he also took these to the show. Sorry, everybody, this came back very, very tangled. So I'm just pulling some of these off of here as I can to show you. Sandra says, I know how much work the enamel work is. I know, I was asking earlier. I was telling them that you know from taking the class how much goes into this. And how like $20 for the pair of earring charms is really pretty inexpensive, right? I think so, anyway. There's another one. Let's see if I can pull any more of these off of here, because they are a tangled mess. We haven't really fully unpacked from his show yet, but there are some cute kitty cats that some of y'all may have missed on here. Trying to get them out if I can. It's easier if I just take them all off of here. There we go. So this is very inexpensive compared to the work, but I will go back and check them out. So I like the rose one. That is lovely. Here's the kitty cat decal. Here's another one of the flower ones. And he was selling these, I think all these for $36. So if you see something you like, you can also send us a screenshot of it. And I'm going to hang, since that was the last one, let me start hanging these ones back up. A little bit. Do this one here, see if I like that one. Oh, Marianne's good nighting. Good night, Marianne. Thank you for hanging out with us. But you can see how these can go with a simple silver chain and or a gold chain if you have a gold chain. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it can. Right? Let's see if I can get any more of these off of here. This is the butterfly. Sandra says, can you show the cat one up close? That's the cat. That's a, I think they're gold decal. I can't remember if they're 14 karat or 24 karat gold decals. The cat. Hello, Laura. Laura is here. Thank you for joining us. Nice to catch you here again. Trying to pull. So these are, we didn't give these numbers because we weren't expecting to sell these ones. But if you like anything, you can take a screenshot and send us a screenshot. I'm gonna try and get some more of these apart for y'all. So it's easier to open the necklace.
Did you show them?
I'm trying to. They're all tangled up. They're a tangled mess.
How come they're not tangled up?
Because they started like this one. They're crossing over, and it's just how they got brought in through the car. There's another cat.
Oh, because you pulled them off.
I didn't pull them off. I had to pull them off to get them.
Well, give it to me.
I'm getting them.
Those are from. That one side should be fine.
They're all. There's a few that come off.
That's from the more expensive side anyway.
Yeah. These ones I did already. Just putting them back on. This is the more expensive ones. But these ones are 36. This one is 56, right?
50.
50. So 36 and 50. I'll take this one up.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is one of the butterfly. These are 24 karat gold or 14 karat gold?
24.
24. That's what I thought. 24 karat gold butterfly. Thank you. Put this one back too. Put that cat back.
I sold a lot of cats.
Did you? I bet. Laura says warrior owl. Yep. Laura joined us tonight.
Oh, we're having a trunk show. Which Laura?
Falcon.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's another thing we didn't mention. I started to think about it. We're getting ready to do a Laura Lunsford trunk show. Laura's working on a trunk show for us. There's that cat. I love that cat looking up, looking like it's hungry.
There you go.
Kimmy says, "Oh my goodness, I love so many of these. If you'd like to purchase any, remember, take down or take a screenshot and send it to us, since we didn't add numbers to any of these." These ones are, other than the warrior owl, 36 for these. Warrior owl is 50. There's another kitty. And we've got this kitty. That's a Tallulah kitty right there. And then Kimberly says, "You know I love all the art you and Andrew create. We appreciate that."
Thank you.
That's that kitty. And these are some of y'all may not have seen.
Yeah, some of y'all are
newer. And didn't see when Andrew did this rainbow collection. Some of these hand-drawn ones.
I got somebody that said they want. I also changed the pricing of these a little bit, so they're a little bit more accessible.
Got questions on how much these are without the chain. If we take the chain off,
The same.
the same. The chains aren't
Unless you're getting one of the stenciled ones.
Yeah.
I
He's
could
pretty
make,
much selling these for the price of the pendants.
the decal ones.
These are
maybe
actually a lot cheap. These
I
used to
can
be
do-
a lot more.
I could probably do 32 on the decal ones, maybe.
Somebody's asking about cat pendant with the chain in blue. I'm guessing that one.
I can give you a little bit of a deal.
And also like the rose one. Oh, this one.
That one I can maybe do 32.
So these are a rainbow kind of one with sgraffito technique. Then there's this one.
And that's one of the drawing ones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sugar fire.
Sugar fire. And here's the cardinal.
That's also sgraffito. And that one
Warrior
is
owl.
graphite.
Graphite.
I'm teaching that class. It's called Drawing and Mark Making on Enamel.
That's in Pittsburgh, right?
Contemporary craft. Oh, that one shouldn't be in there.
Huh?
This one is
That was on the wrong side.
This one's 30 something. 36.
36, yep. Keep these prices separated.
Yeah.
The green flower is pretty. That would look good with citrine.
Yeah, just some of the chains, the stainless steel ones are not anything special, but some of the other chains are not nicer in my opinion. And I wouldn't throw the chain away, but this stainless steel ones, or the steel ones, you know. And also, it doesn't hurt me if you take it apart and restring it at all.
Right?
100% do whatever makes you happy.
So for the person who asked us about the cat ones, Andrew said he can go down to 32 instead of the 36 in the rows without the chain. Let us know if you'd like those in the email as well. That way we don't have to go back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. And then, yeah, this one's a little bit different with sgraffito. I have, it's got mica in the background, so it's like this. It's got a little bit of shimmer and shine. I know Charlie has a pair of earrings that match that. And I learned sgraffito technique from Tanya Crane. Her work's different from mine.
I love this one. Sam says they're all so pretty, it's hard to pick. There's lots to pick from, at least, right?
I think I'm going to do some that are more, it's got more of the texture. Before, I was putting a clear coat on top, but I think I'm going to leave some of them so you get this kind of texture. But that's it.
That's it. That's all of them. Show them to you again here real quick. This is kind of like the luster idea,
but with sgraffito.
but with sgraffito. And this is a bird's nest. Little eggs in there. Anna says that's beautiful.
Thanks.
I love this one.
I think that turned out good.
I do too. I thought this one sold, but it has not yet.
I don't know. Sometimes some of these got packed away after a show, and then they kind of existed in the ether. And then I was digging through some of the stuff, and I found some of it. Like a lot of those drawing ones that I had of the warrior animals, those are actually in my toolbox. So they were just like hanging out in my toolbox.
Sold the cat one. I'm guessing it's this one. And the one with the yellow flower. Oh, this one?
Oh, I painted that. That's a China painting.
I think it's this one for that person who just said that in the email. Let me make sure. But tell me if I got the right cat one. I'm assuming, because you said bluish, assuming it's those two. And did you want them with the chains or without? This one I think Gander says is 50. It's the same price without chain. This one could be 36 or 32.
Because they originally were...
These were 75 or 85?
78.
So, yeah.
Those were 78 originally. Actually, those ones were more.
Kimberly says, I may or may not have a few in my email draft.
Okay.
That's good. We like that. We like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I think that's it for the night. Yep. That's it, everybody. So thank you all for tuning in. I was going to flip it around, but I think we're okay. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing, amazing evening.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot to me.
yes, and me too. We love it when you support the things we do.
But also me in particular.
Oh, you in particular?
Yeah, because it's my artwork.
This is your artwork. This
so
one.
It does mean something to me when people like the things I make.
Yeah, I just meant my pottery. When people support that, I
there's
appreciate
one
that.
more.
One more.
One more is missing.
One more. If you're interested
Somehow
in the...
that got separated.
Yeah, I know. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
With the eyeball.
That's a $50 one.
That's the $50 side. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody.